Thanks, Ty, because I am still admitting people. Welcome, everyone, to January office hours. So let's get started, Jeff. I'm recording now. So let me just make a quick introduction. I'm Allison Gapter. I'm Vice President of Marketing for Lightning Estimates. Jeff is my brother, who is the VP of our experience team. He is our resident mortgage guru, been in the industry for over 30 years. Don't want to give, he started when he was 5, so don't make too much out of that. And then Tyler. Tyler is Jeff's son, my nephew, who is the inventor of Lightning Estimates, and did so because he was working for Jeff doing estimates, realized there's got to be a better way to do this. It's way too painful. So Jeff, with that, I will hand it over to you for a quick demo on, the best way to educate your buyers.
Okay, very good. And everybody can hear me okay? It said it was muted for a second. Okay, good. And were you able to get a number into the chat box, Tyler?
I am seeing if I can get one. Not yet, no.
Okay. Okay, you can see I'm sharing my screen already. This is the official page when you come into Lightning Estimates. And what I was going to do today, you can do up to 4 estimates side by side, but I've had an issue coming up lately where a lot of buyers say, why should I do a conventional loan? What about this FHA loan? And I explain it to them, but they're not quite grasping the concept of why a conventional loan in their particular case, these were high credit score borrowers, but in their case, why they should use conventional over FHA. So I simply did an estimate for them, put them side by side. So I'm going to show you how quick I can do that. I'll kind of walk through it, but you start here with a value of 500,000. I'll put a single family detached property, and I'm going to use my local zip code in Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County.
Can everybody else see Jeff's screen? Okay, I can't see it. Okay.
Do you have it, Charlene?
No, I don't. I only see a JS in the middle. I'll log out and come back in.
Okay.
Anybody else having that issue before we move on? Jeff might have to just reshare. Is everybody okay?
I'm seeing a lot. I can see it. I cannot see it. I can see it, can see it, can't see it.
Why don't you just stop sharing and reshare again? That
Yeah,
might fix anyone up.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, let me just reshare. Here we go. Window. I want this particular window. Okay, is that working? Tyler, if you can monitor the chat.
Good.
Okay, so what I already filled in here was the estimated value here, 500,000. Single family detached, I put in the zip code, and it brought up Loudoun County. You put in the zip code, it brings up whatever area you're in. We're going to do a purchase estimate here. The first one I'll do is conventional with 5% down. So we'll make it a 95% LTV. And I'm just going to assume debt to income ratios, 25 and 35, and I'm going to add a comparison loan. I'll make this one an FHA. And just for argument's sake, because people look at this, I'm going to do 5% down. I could actually do 3.5% down. As a matter of fact, I'll do that and I'll show you. So it's going to ask about the credit score of the borrower or borrowers. In this case, I'm going to do one borrower. I'll throw in a 750 credit score, monthly income of $12,000. And these are things you'll probably know when you're talking to your borrowers because you've already talked to them on the phone. If you wanted to, you could put is a first-time buyer. That's really the thing. Everything else is defaulted that they've owned a home in the last 3 years and they don't have any credit issues and so forth. I click Start Estimate, and you'll notice it takes me to the next page. I'm going to plug in, and these are not today's rates, but I'm going to plug in 7% for both just to get a comparative. You can change the days of interest down to 5 or whatever number you want. We'll plug in $100 a month for hazard insurance, and I'll put in $5,000 a year in property taxes, and you'll see that the numbers pop up. Down here, this shows the MI conventional, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pick Radian for monthly for this comparison. I'm not gonna put an HOA fee in, and I'm gonna go to the third page. And you'll see up here, these boxes are checked green. That just means I've done everything right. When you come to this page, it's really simple. All you gotta do is click Submit Title Products. So I can show you that meanwhile, it's pulling the title fees. They just popped up. They come from First American Title. We are fully integrated with them in all 50 states, so the fees are accurate. See, here's the other one. They're also in there. So then I go to the next page and I can rename them. I could just name this one a conventional option. I'll get it there in a second. There we go. My finger's not working too good on the mouse, and I'll rename the next one just FHA. And if I wanted to, I could put the borrower's name in here. I could put the property address in there. I'm going to save these estimates and export a comparison PDF. And this was powerful for my customer because they were insisting they wanted to do FHA, and I was insistent that no, you'll be burning money. But I was able to show them, yeah, you can get in with FHA for less cash. But what you're not seeing right here is your monthly payment. Look at the difference right there. This shows your monthly payments, your cash to close, and the monthly payment's a lot lower on a conventional loan. Granted, you're putting 5% down, but look at the mortgage insurance, 114 versus 220, and you won't have the 8444 upfront MIP with FHA. So this is just one way that I use the tool to show a comparison, but you can do up to 4 estimates. If you scroll down, it breaks down each estimate. Let me make that a little bit smaller so you can see the whole screen. It's going to have your logo here, your picture and NMLS information here, contact information. It does have the type of loan, has the rate with the APR. Here's your monthly payment on the left. Here's your cash to close on the right. And here's all of the closing and prepaid costs broken down. So the lender fees are all on the left. Lender fees and required services by the lender. So I even tell my borrowers, I go, look, this is the only place I'm going to differ if you're comparing me to another lender. All of the fees on the right, the escrow items, the title company fees, the government recording fees are going to be the exact same no matter who you use as a lender. And I like to make that clear to them so that they're not getting an estimate from someone else that says, well, they've only got 1 month of property taxes, or they didn't put in a first year homeowner's insurance policy. It's like, no, these are the fees you're going to be looking at. And you can edit these fees anytime on the estimate. If you go into any of the screen, for instance, if you went into the fees screen, you'll see red X's and green arrows. Green arrows, you click, you can edit it. Okay. Or if you wanted to delete it, you just click the red X, because maybe you get an appraisal waiver, and you wouldn't on an FHA, but you could just click this for the conventional loan and go, look, we got an appraisal waiver. I doubt you'd ever get one with 95% LTV, but you can delete these 2 fees on the conventional. So now they're gone. And if you wanted to add a credit, like on all the loans, you can pick which loan, or if you want to do on all loans, say there's a credit of an earnest money deposit, you just put EMD, get my fingers on the right keys, make it $5,000. Now that's going to show up on all the loans. When I go to the next page, I save them, export the comparison PDF again, download it. There's everything with which we just talked about. So you'll see, like on this conventional loan, it no longer shows an appraisal fee, but it shows the EMD here. So there's a lot you can do, and you can do 4 estimates side by side. I've gotten it down to where I can do them probably in less than 60 seconds. All you need to know is the interest rate and what your DTIs are, or have some idea what the debt to incomes are to pull mortgage insurance.
Let me interrupt you there for a second, Jeff, because Ken asked about modifying appraisal processing and branch fees, but I think that just answered his questions. Ken, does that answer everything or did you want to?
And I was going to
Mute.
I was typing out an answer as well. I was going to say we set up fee templates at 3 levels: at company, branch, and user. So if you have multiple loan officers from a branch, we'll have the company fee template, which has some general stuff. That's where we set the appraisal costs. But then just at a state level based off of state and type of loan, since it varies. The appraisal cost pull from that. And then at a branch levels where we can set up your individual lender fees, processing, underwriting, whatever the standards are.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Great,
it's
thank you.
completely customizable that way to make sure, so that way you're not entering stuff in every single
Correct.
time.
Yeah, Tyler, along with that, once you set branch fees, can't you lock those down as a manager as well?
Not at this time, but that's a feature we will have in the future.
Okay.
So another thing, oh, go ahead, Ken.
I'm assuming because escrows are different in every state and even different in different states, we can set up the escrows properly so we're not adjusting escrows on every loan also.
Yeah, so I'm going back to the payment page, Ken. Right now, I'm just putting in the number of months of escrow, which, for instance, in Virginia, we net about 3 months of escrows at a maximum. But if you're in Maryland, it could be as high as 15 months. So I change those numbers based on where it is because the title company doesn't come back with the escrow. It's only pulling the title company fees and the state and county record taxes.
But to answer your question, Ken, right now they're not set as it's just one setting for escrows, but adding it based off of locality is definitely something we could do. I'm thinking about shouldn't be a big thing. So we could set different default escrow levels for states where it'll just pull in a number to start and then you can change it if needed.
Any other questions from anyone while we're kind of pausing here?
Yeah. Hector asked, okay, Tyler already answered that. Thank you. Who do we contact for the branch level template? Just shoot an email to support@lightningestimates.com.
And to tag on to that, going to be updating that. So it's going to be easier to self-manage branch templates in the near future as well.
Excellent. I did want to touch on, for those who may not have seen it, I believe it was in December, we added ARMS to the tool as well. Jeff, if you could go back a couple of screens to the details, I believe that's a selection there. Just wanted to make sure that everyone's fully aware of that.
Right there. Because
yeah.
I could click on ARM and I can put in the initial period of the ARM. If it's a 7-year, it'd be 84 months. Subsequent adjustments might be 6-month adjustments and go from there. So
Yeah.
you can even change the adjustment caps by clicking on the adjustment button there.
So I want to highlight that. And then the next thing that we wanted to talk about or share with you is, because rates haven't really come down since the Fed made the cut. So some of you may be looking for ways to market yourselves. And we've heard from a couple of users now about using the loan comparisons for open houses, for brokers opens to generate business. So Jeff, if you wouldn't mind just jumping back to the PDF tab.
Okay. Whoops. There we go.
Yeah, that's good. And if you'll scroll up to the comparison, loan comparison. So one idea, and I know that there's a couple of people on the line who have done this. So I'm sharing some of your secret sauce. I apologize. But basically what you can do is if you know that, there's an open house or a broker's open and it's what'd you put this one at, Jeff? A $500,000 purchase price?
Right.
You could do 4 loan comparisons and do this as a leave behind at those with, branded with your photo, with your logo. And another thing you can do is take this actual URL of the PDF. And then, Jeff, if you'll stop sharing, I'll share my screen.
Okay. Let me do that. Go ahead. It's all yours.
And you can create a QR code, which you could use as a leave behind. This is actually a live one. So if you want to take out your phone and snap a QR code right here, you can see the estimate that I did with, 4 loans compared side by side. You could print this out, put it in a placard, leave it at the broker's open, the open house. The nice thing about a QR code too is if someone scans on it and they are not protecting themselves from being tracked, you can see who opens the QR code. And then you can contact them for follow-up. So whether they're going to buy that specific house or not, you know they're in the market for a new home, and you can start to build your pipeline that way. So just wanted to share with you a couple of the best practices that we're hearing across users throughout the Lightning Estimates community, because these are valuable ways to market yourself and use this not only as an estimation tool, but as a marketing tool. So just wanted to, like I said, share those with you. Any questions out there? Oh, we got something from Betsy. Suggestion, right now, the fee box will not allow 0. It'd be nice if we could keep a fee line at 0 so that borrowers can have a visual that we are not charging a fee, exampling if they get a PIW. Tyler, you want to address that?
I will have to look at that. That's something that we could allow as an option. Right now, the way when it's estimates generated, it's set to just not display anything that comes through as a 0. But I think could probably add in an option to a fee line to show a 0 fee when it exists. I'll make a note of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one's also for you, Tyler. Any idea when we might be able to integrate with Encompass? Also, is there a way to accommodate multiple addresses for clients comparing different homes side by side?
Encompass is a little ways off. Any big integration like that's going to take a long time, and we haven't gotten the ball rolling on that yet. But multiple addresses, that's something that's probably going to be one of our next big features that we're working on, because we've had that requested by other people to have multiple different properties to either be able to show the same one at different purchase prices or to compare just completely different options. But that's something that we're looking at.
And then a couple of you had questions about the QR code generator. There are several free QR code generators. I happen to use Bitly because I have an account with them for shortening. Bitly is a tool where you can put in a very long URL and shorten it down to something really small. So they also have a QR code generator component to their app, and it's free. Some QR code generators that are free to start with will want to charge you after a week, and their QR codes do expire. So you want to make sure that whatever free generator you use, or if you can pay a nominal fee, it's like even as little as $1 a month to have it. So it'll store them, in perpetuity. I would recommend going that route so that you don't lose the access to the QR code you've generated. That did happen to me once. So I had to go back and kind of rejig a bunch of things. Other questions?
One thing I wanted to point out too, Allison, and I'm gonna just share this one more time. Go back into this. Here we go. So when you do get the final product, one thing I found for everybody, for people who haven't used Lightning Estimates, but the customer really appreciates the simplicity of the view. I've walked people through this, and I heard the question, can we have a fee line that shows 0? That was part of the thing that I liked about this, is there are no zeros like you would get on an itemization sheet like you use in Encompass or other software. This just shows what fees are there, and that's it. I had a customer say, there's not more to it than this. It's got to be more complicated. I go, no, this is what you're looking at. This is where the fees will come into play. There won't be any surprises. So it's really put my customers at ease. I'll stop sharing that.
Yeah, for some reason my screen is completely frozen, so I'm not sure if we're Tyler, is there any other chat beyond Matthew Reed's code generator?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Any other questions? Feel free to type it in the chat, come off mute, however you feel comfortable.
I have a quick question. I apologize if this was covered, but so I have a client looking at two properties. Can I put in two different properties, like different taxes and insurances, or
As
the taxes and insurances carry over to all scenarios?
as of right now, it's set up for one property.
Okay,
That's something that we've got coming down the pipe, but that's going to be more of a major overhaul. So it'll be a little bit, but in the future, you'll be able to do that, to have a side by side showing completely
Correct.
different information.
thank you.
But yeah, just so everybody is aware, we're fully integrated with all 6 MI companies based on your master certificate number with each MI company, and fully integrated with First American Title, which is generally their fees come in line with what fees are for the areas, but they can be adjusted and edited if needed.
Are there any thoughts about bringing a QR code generator thing internal instead of going third party?
Yep, that's something we've got on our board to look at as well, and might be something that's done in the near future, at least to be able to just generate a basic QR code image that you can put into anything else you'd like.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Got another one, Allison. Randy?
Hi there.
Okay,
Are
go
you
ahead.
Are you still working on getting a construction loan quote together so we can use this for our construction loans as well?
Yep, got that on the board as well, and to be looked at a little more in depth. But yes, still got that information.
Awesome.
Right.
I had a question. I'm brand new to the system. Haven't even done one quote yet. And I was a little bit late to the meeting, so I apologize. But where's a good place for me to just start? Should I just get in the system and start playing with it, or is there some training that I can start out with?
I would say jump in and give it a shot. Should be pretty intuitive, but I know Jeff is always happy to hop on a call and walk through if you run into any issues or have questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my number in the chat. Feel free to call me. It's okay. You know, if I'm not available, I'll go to voicemail. I date stamp my voicemail. I'll call you back same day. You'll hear from me.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's helps put my name in there. There we go. But I'm happy to, I'll hop on with people one-on-one. As Tyler said, the software is very intuitive. You're not going to hurt it by plugging anything in there. And I think you'll find that it's very, very easy to use.
I remember being very impressed with, I can't even remember how I heard about you guys, but yeah, it seems like an awesome program.
Yeah, I just like the fact that, I mean, you can do it right on your phone and it fits the phone screen. It's formatted. So I did one estimate at dinner because the customer said, I'm going to offer 15,000 more. Instead of saying that's going to cost you about $70, I said, give me 30 seconds. I ran an estimate, sent it to them right off my phone while I was at dinner, and it gave them the exact number. And they were just impressed with the communication that I was able to get them information. And that to me is invaluable. I mean, if you provide information to a customer that nobody else is, you're going to get business from them and referrals.
Yeah, that's impressive. A lot better than just using a mortgage calculator and just showing them numbers. That's 10 times better.
Yeah. Who is that speaking? Just out of curiosity, who's joined but hasn't run an estimate yet?
Oh, go ahead,
Lanny Baxter. LANNYBAXTER.
Okay. Well, Lanny, we'll make sure to follow up with you after we see that you've done a couple estimates just to make sure that everything's running smoothly for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
And what I do too as well, because I'm 31 years in the mortgage business, but I will pull these estimates up on a Teams call, share my screen, and just walk them through each item. And I had a customer this weekend was asking me so many questions. I said, let me send you an estimate and we'll walk through it. We did. He got off the phone and he's like, I understand it now. Thank you. You know, and so it's amazing if you provide answers to people, you help people. It's amazing what it does for your business.
Well, the thing I like about it, yeah, you give them options so you don't come off as salesy. Let them make the, you know, the decision that they feel best about.
Lanny, you took the words out of my mouth because I say that to people all the time. I'm going to give you information, and I'm going to tell you what I think makes the most sense, but ultimately it's your decision.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, we want to help you guys help people. And when I say you guys, I mean everybody out there, male, female. So generic term, but we want to help people. That's what we do. So, and if anybody wants to try it, the first 30 days are free anyways. So you might as well give it a go and see if it works for your situation.
Yeah, we do have, when you sign up as a new user, there is a referral box. So if you refer someone, please have them, note your name. We do keep track of that stuff and try to send out some swag or some gifts for those who refer people. We certainly appreciate that. Any other questions out there? We've got just a few minutes left. Of course, we can stay on the phone as long as you need. You're going to send us the cost you can discuss for individuals, and we do have special branch pricing. So our price right now for an individual user is $39.99 a month, and then we have tiered pricing. So Ken, I will send you that information directly. Jeff, I'll copy you on that so you have it as well. And then, if you have any questions beyond that, Ken, just reach back out. But I will, I'll get that over to you immediately. Okay.
Good. Okay. When Jeff writes up an estimate on the phone.
Anybody else interested in looking at that?
Yeah.
Because there is a cost savings once you get, beyond 5 users.
Okay. And Allison, let me interrupt too. Susan Barrick, I may have butchered your name. I apologize, Susan. It said, when I write up an estimate on the phone, does he just go to the website or is there an app for this? I go to it's a website. It's all website driven. So it's not an app. I go through Safari or Chrome, whatever I'm using on my phone at the time. And it's like I said, it fits the screen perfectly. It's formatted. So it's so easy to use. I've had other people tell me they've used it at their kids' sporting events, to send out an estimate. So it's easy to use. If you have questions too, just email us at support@Lightning Estimates. Tyler and I both monitor that. We'll get back to you same day. And if we need to set something else up, we will. Just let us know.
Great. Any other questions out there?
I got to run. See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Everybody today, thanks for your time. We know it's valuable. But if something pops up and you want to get a one-on-one, reach out to us. We're here.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.